Everyone will go ahead and get started with manager Bud Black. Kyle Newman, Never Post. Why don't you start us off?
Hey, buddy. Any update on Kyle Freeland and his injury?
Yeah, we're thinking it's a cramp. I'm sure Kyle will come in and talk to you guys and maybe explain a little bit more in depth about how he felt. But the initial read from our medical staff is it's a cramp, but those things can go the other way. But we're optimistic on this one, Kyle.
Overall,
I thought he threw the ball fine. Again, it sort of mirrored what he did in Seattle. I thought he kept the ball down well. Threw some good fastballs. I thought his secondary stuff was pretty solid today. The slider and the curveball. Mixed in some changeups too. So it was a mix of his 4 pitches that I thought were located fairly well. And I thought, again, 5 scoreless innings, he probably easily could have won another one. His pitch count was manageable at 78 pitches after 5. But I thought he threw the ball fine. His last 2 starts have been very solid.
thank you, buddy.
Now we'll go to Thomas Harding.
Yes, buddy. After Kyle left, it had been a rough week for the bullpen, but you've said all along, pitching principles, you adhere to them, you have success. To see that happen today, does that give them kind of a good bit of confidence going forward?
I hope so. We've talked about it as a group, and they put it in play today. They followed the plan of pitching principles: first pitch strikes, no walks. To a man, they did a nice job. Even Daniel, first pitch of his inning, attacked Stallings, but hit a sharp base hit, and Daniel stayed on the attack and got 3 consecutive outs. But I thought all of them threw the ball well. Kenley, Shashin, Estevez, and Bart. We've talked about that a lot over the course of the year to really finish out a game. At times, you're going to need 4 relievers to do their job. You'd like to have it be 3, or at times maybe even 2. But today it was 4, and they all performed. So it's a good formula as long as the guys in the pen do their job, and today they did.
One follow-up on Kyle. The way he pitched in Seattle, and you've been around him a while, when he gets like that, do you immediately think, this guy can really get on a roll now? Whatever was ailing him before is behind him.
Well, a lot of it's confidence and feel, and I think Kyle's in a good spot in both places. I think he has a good feel for his pitches. That's all 4 of them, and I think he's pitching with some confidence and aggressiveness. He's not being tentative. I think the first game against the Pirates, he might have been, maybe trying to hit the corners a little bit too much, and they, sort of waited him out. Today, I thought he was in the strike zone much more. And when you're in the strike zone, you're on the attack. And I think a lot of good things happen from there.
And last one for me, Jonathan Daza, it seems like he does a little something every game. And today, a couple of big hits. The guys in the minors have talked about the talent this guy has, but has this surprised you, and has it stopped surprising you?
Well, we've seen it come on a little bit this season for sure. I think in spring training, we noticed that there was increased strength, to his whole game. I thought the ball was coming off the bat much better in spring training with more authority. And it just has continued, especially the last 6 weeks. You're seeing driving the ball the other way, line drives the other way, using the whole field. His overall presence at the plate is more under control. He looks comfortable. He's taking good swings. Doesn't surprise me because we saw it coming a little bit in spring training, and he's followed up on it and given the opportunity to play pretty regular here of late. He's not backing off. It's great. It's great to see. And, what a great catch there late in the game in Shashin's inning. That ball was driven to right field, right center, and that was a huge play in this game, him tracking that ball down. So, we've seen that a few times with some very, very good defensive plays from Jonathan. We've seen that obviously the years that he's been in big league camp, and we've heard that from our minor league people as well. So it's good to see that he's playing an entire game, both offense and defense.
One more from me. I forgot to ask you this. Bard, when they check the glove, and I've seen a few cases where they've rejected some gloves, has that been a rule about, I know no one will go out there with a white glove, but the gray, has that been something?
Yeah, that's an issue. The gray glove will, as always, in my view, been removed from the game, and the umpires caught it. Again, maybe a follow-up with Daniel, maybe he wasn't aware of that, but I've seen the gray glove, been removed from a pitcher's hand. Spring training, regular season, you can't have a gray glove.
Thank
So
you.
that's all that was.
Mark Stout.
Yeah, but just the two things about the seventh inning. Is Shashin now kind of built to pitch one inning out of the bullpen? And were you surprised the Pirates pinch hit Adam Frazier in that situation?
No, I wasn't surprised at all with Frazier pinch hitting. He's one of the best hitters in the league. I'm not sure. I didn't look today in the stats, but he's up there in the league leaders in hits, him and Castellanos. So it didn't surprise me at all. The seventh inning, you don't know if that spot's going to come back up again with 2 innings left to play. So it didn't surprise me at all to use Frazier there, and they kept him in the game. He was on deck. So, I thought it was a pretty good managerial move by double switching him into the game, and he got the one at bat in the seventh, and he was on deck in the ninth. So it didn't surprise me. Shashin's been a Swiss Army knife for us all year. He's performed recently at a level that I think we're gaining some confidence in him to fulfill a number of different types of situations. Went 2 innings the other night. Pitched the sixth inning in John Gray's game on Friday night in Milwaukee. Did a nice job there. So veteran guy that knows what he's doing, knows how to pitch, knows this ballpark. So he's been a guy that, we thought all along we could use him in a lot of different roles, whether it's a potential starter, swing man, or even here, late in games. So he's been a valuable part of our team.
Thanks, bud.
Go to Danielle.
Yeah, buddy, Diaz has put together a couple of good hitting games in a row. What improvements have you seen from him lately?
Well, I think he's squaring up his pitch. I think that's the main thing. He's he's got some strength to the swing. Even the ground ball to short today, that was hard hit, and the homer, and the really nice walk too. He's taking his walks. Had a good walk yesterday in Milwaukee too. So I think he's seeing the ball better. The at-bats look to be a little bit more under control, not wildly swinging at pitches. He's an aggressive hitter. I mean, he'll expand at times, but I'm seeing more plate discipline primarily.
And for the bullpen, just kind of for their collective confidence and mood, how much do you think they needed a good game like that?
Yeah, they needed that one, Danielle, for sure, coming off, some rough performances in Milwaukee. So this is a good one for the guys and something to build off of for sure.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to Sean Keeler.
Hey, Bud, circling back to Kyle, I'm curious kind of how that conversation went at third base. Guys on base twice and pitching a shutout. Did you have to twist his arm with the leg going out there? And do you worry about his karma when he's due for some good?
Well, it's always tough to remove a guy that has thrown 5 shutout innings and been on base a couple of times, but it was the right thing to do. Keith was out there with us, and we tried to get the cramping to subside, but it didn't. And we've been around these situations enough to know that in the heat of battle, a lot of times cramps don't go away. They reemerge at some point. So we didn't want to push the envelope there with Kyle in case it led to something else. So we made that decision.
All right, guys, we got one more before we got to get to Kyle. I was waiting here. We'll go to Owen Perkins, the last question.
Hey, Bud. This was your first home opener 2.0. Was there anything special about the day in terms of, playing that game for the first time?
Well, I thought there was energy in the ballpark. I thought the players had some energy prior to the game. Before introductions. We talked about that a little bit. How I think we've been through 4 on-field introductions, and that doesn't happen a lot during the course of the year, especially in June. So I think that was a good thing. But I thought the crowd was great. I didn't know what the final total was on our attendance, but I thought they were into it. It was a beautiful day. Well pitched on both sides, right? It was, not really a Coors Field special, but 2-0, a shutout here. Against a team that's coming off a nice series against the Cardinals. I thought it was a good day. I think the fans probably enjoyed that one. Hopefully had a great day prior to the game, during the game, and hopefully post game. A little bit of celebration will continue.
Great, thank you.
All right, thank you, buddy.
Thanks.